Secret fans, this video is another big SIS tip, and it's about toxic positivity and the negative effects that can happen if you force your help onto someone, even if you see that they're drowning and things aren't going well for them. This has happened to me. It has. And most of the time when this happens, not all the time, because some people will force their agenda on you and it be negative, but most of the time, especially, and in my case, it was well intended, but it left me really bad, spiraling down. It was just not good for me, for my self-concept, or for my health, physically or mentally. But I have let it go, and I have no animosity towards that person or towards the time that I lost, because I let people tell me that I was broken and that I needed to be fixed. And for a long while, I didn't. But then I kept being told it and kept being told it, and you know, it's just like getting mad at a goldfish for not flying. Eventually, you know, it's gonna feel some way like it's a failure when that is not, you know, the intention. And it makes no sense, because a goldfish is a fish. And in my case, this person saw that I was, you know, drowning, and I didn't want help. And they thought that, logically speaking, from what they know about from the internet and what people have testified themselves, have said that it would be a good idea to force their help on me, and that I would be angry at them at the time being, but I would be thanking them later. That did not happen. I did not get any better. I actually got worse, and I held a grudge and animosity towards the time that I lost and the situation that I was in. Not towards the person, because I understood that their intentions were pure and they were trying to help me, but it didn't. Especially since I kept saying that I didn't want help and that I didn't want to change. But then I eventually let them talk me into it and give me ultimatums that made me feel like I had no choice, because there's a lot of things in the world that we can't control. And what we can't control, if we have the right to, is our freedom and what we do to our bodies and what we put in it and how we treat it. And you just feel like extra defeated and sad when somebody forces you to do something and now you don't have the one thing that you had left. And it took a long time, it did, to get past this. But then I'm, you know, laying there and I'm really going through it. And for like the umpteenth time again, I was forced to go take some tests and spend my time at some facility that I didn't want to be at. And file out some paperwork I didn't want to file out. But then I'm laying there, I'm really feeling some type of way. And then it occurred to me that I let people, like the person in particular, keep telling me that I was broken and that if anybody should have the opinion about themselves, it should be me. I should be the final sayer of my life and how things affect me and what I'm going to do with my life. And since then, I have been a lot more happier and a lot less stress-free and been more grounded. And I'm putting this post up because I know that I'm not the only one in the world who's like that, where people think they're helping you by forcing their help on you, but they're not. And then you end up being worse than where you were in the beginning. And then people say toxic positivity things to you like, oh, you should be grateful for what you have. Oh, you desire too much. Oh, if you smile more, then you'll be happier. It's not all that bad. Oh, there's people who are starving. You should be happy with what you get. You should smile more. You'll look prettier. Oh, they got a lot of money, so they must be really happy and wealthy. Well, oh, if you choose to be happy, then you won't be sad. Like, I'm 98% certain if choosing to be happy for people who have depression and anxiety was a choice, they would choose it. But people dead ass will look at you and tell you that you choose not to be happy, so that's why you're not happy. Oh, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. There's a lot of good going on. You just don't see it. Like, you know, a lot of gaslighting phrases that are supposed to be positive, but are not. You know, oh, you changed too much. Oh, you like yourself just a little too much. So that means you're conceited and arrogant. And you're gonna get too big for your britches and bad shit is gonna happen to you. Like, no, just me liking myself has nothing to do with being arrogant. And so the fuck what? Bad stuff happens to people all the time. It does not matter that I like myself, and that's the reason why bad stuff happened to me. Like, you know, just like real gaslighting, toxic positivity shit that people say. Oh, have a nice day. Oh, you look so pretty. So you shouldn't feel some type of way. Oh, guys want to talk to you all the time. You're not lonely. Like, they're trying to tell you that, you know, you should be happy about the things that you got going on for you, but at the same time, it's gaslighting you. Oh, you know, you're so wealthy and you eat food every day and you got somebody to talk to and a bunch of other stuff that is good for you in your life. You shouldn't feel the way you do. You should think about all the positive things that you have going for you. When you're like, listen, being in a depressive episode, it's really hard to see those things. And you trying to tell me that I'm wrong for not seeing them just makes my depressive episode worse. And then they have the audacity to like kind of chronologically order your shits by time. Go dead ass look at you and be like, oh, but you were happy yesterday. Oh, I guess that only lasted an hour, you know, you being happy. Like, being human, emotions fluctuate, and just because mine fluctuate a little bit more than yours does not make me mentally ill or wrong. You're all different and unique. Or they'll tell you you're crazy for some type of belief or passionate interest you have, and I don't get it. Like, leave them alone. So what? So the fuck what? If that person thinks that frogs are the superior race, who gives a fuck? They're able to contribute to society, function, and they're not forcing it on anybody. They're living their life, and you know, they want to be left alone. Let them. You people believe in some so-called man who you don't even know if it really fucking exists, and you guys act like it's law. Let them. Who gives an actual fuck? Spending so time policing people and their feelings. Just let them be. Like, it really don't be making no sense to me. But yeah, that's something I've learned myself recently, and also I know that other people in this world have an issue too with. That just because you don't fit the standard mold that is seen as sane or seen as logical, seen as, you know, good, fine, perfect, doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you and that you're broken. You're not. And that the only person whose final opinion is on that is yours. And not to listen to when people keep telling you you have an issue when you think there's nothing wrong with you. If you want to drown, then drown. And I learned that. And then I learned that if you want to actually help somebody, ask them how you want them to show up for you, you know? Like, hey, I actually want to help you. And instead of thinking that they might want therapy or forcing them to take medication, ask them, how can I show up for you? Is it for me to just vent? Do you want me to just vent with you? Or do you want me to get you into therapy? Do you want to take medication? Or do you want to like me to come over on Tuesdays and we can have a crafting thing? Like, ask them how they need you to show up for them instead of forcing it onto them. And then do accordingly. And of course this should go without saying, but people like to take your words and run with it. That if you're somebody who, you know, has violent tendencies and schizophrenic episodes that are really bad, and people will need to like force you to be in an institution, that makes sense, because you're gonna hurt yourself and you're gonna hurt other people. But like I already mentioned, that person who believes that frogs are a superior race is not hurting anybody, and they don't mess with anybody. They can function. They're contributing to society. Then they don't need to be labeled as crazy. They don't need your help. And if they don't want it, then don't give it to them. Don't say toxic positivity shit to them thinking you're helping. You're not. You're just stifling their individuality and their freedom. It also should go without saying, but you know, like I said, people like to take your words and run with it. Doesn't mean that you should be evil. You know, murder people, the R word, touch children. Like, no. Like, no. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's harmful. Okay, that's all I got for you guys. Talk to you later, secret fans.